Welcome to the Navboys Workshop. Today we're going to be looking at hard waxing a glider. So this is Dorian's standard Libelle.
There it is, in all its glory.
And Dorian hasn't done any hard waxing before, so I'm going to try and help him learn how to do it. I'm going to teach him best practice, and hopefully you guys will learn something out of this too. Looking at this wing, which is the starboard wing, this hasn't been hard waxed yet. And when you look closely, you can see that there's quite a lot of, it's got like a matte look to it. It's not got a deep gloss shine. There's lots of scuff marks. There's quite a few contaminants on the wing. And basically our aim today is to cut back the top layer of that gel coat. Hard waxing is really good for gliders that are finished in gel coat. So our aim is to cut back that top layer of the gel coat with the hard waxer, and then we're going to polish it up with Carlack to finish. And as you can see, we've done this one already. This one looks a lot shinier. This is going to send wax flying everywhere, so you want to make sure that your surroundings, you haven't got exposed fiberglass repairs, you haven't got anything around that you can't afford to get a bit dirty. Likewise, you want to wear rubbish clothes because it makes a right mess.
This isn't rubbish.
Yeah. Then after that, we need to prepare the wing. So the next thing to do with the wing is we need to make sure it's clean before you start. Just any sort of basic aircraft safe detergent, just to clean the wing as much as you can. And on this particular wing, you can see that Dorian's got turb tape. So we need to seal that turb tape, we need to cover it. And for that, we're going to use masking tape, a strip of 1-inch masking tape all the way down the turb tape, and that will stop it lifting up.
I'll grab the POV glasses.
What we want to do here is we want to mask over the zigzag tape. That just makes sure that the mop can't catch it.
And then anything else we should look out for on the wing? Like if I had Mylar, for instance, would that be a thing to be concerned about?
If you had Mylar on the wing, that wouldn't be a big deal.
No.
The important thing with the Mylar is just making sure, again, the direction of the mop's spinning, that it's always brushing off the Mylar and not lifting it up.
This taping is going about as straight as whoever put the zigzag tape in here.
Good.
What is this?
So this is the detailing spray that we use in the workshop. Any marks or residue that we want to remove, light residue, this is just water mixed with a little bit of Carlack. And this is excellent for cleaning the wing.
So just make sure to shake it, I guess.
Yep.
Do you reckon the hard waxing is going to get rid of like this mark here where there used to be a sticker? Or probably not. I think it's say 707 on the wing.
Oh, no, not the colour, changing colour. If you did enough of it,
Yeah.
then you would basically take off enough layers that you'd eventually get below where it's been bleached by or where it's aged in the sun.
Yeah.
But realistically, no, it's not going to lead to a significant change in colour.
So you already said that older gliders benefit from this. Why do they benefit from doing this?
So the older gliders are generally finished in gel coat. The modern gliders are usually finished in paint. And the gel coat was in most older gliders that have been finished well, the gel coat's very thick. But the problem with gel coat is it's very brittle and it degrades in UV and basically in normal outdoor weather conditions. So that top layer of gel coat over time starts to basically crack, and that's what we call crazing. You get these lots and lots of lines. They can be span-wise or they can be chord-wise, and eventually that top layer starts to blister, crack, and if you did nothing, it would just flake off. So the purpose of hard waxing is to basically renew that top layer, take off that top layer, just a tiny bit of abrasion. If you did that every year on an old glider like this, you'd find that today it would still be in really good condition.
Okay. So this has been looked after at some point in its life?
Yeah, I mean, this is in good condition for its age. For a 1972 glider, this is in very good condition. But the Libelles were finished in Carlack gel coat, which is a very hard-wearing gel coat, and as a result, they do fare better than a lot of the other gliders that were finished in Carlack.
And we don't use gel coat anymore. Sorry, not gel coat, Shrubberlack anymore because...
Shrubberlack you can't get hold of anymore, unfortunately, because it was too dangerous to use the paint, and for the people that were rubbing it back, the dust was too dangerous and bad for them.
What's that nonsense?
That's a bit of adhesive residue by the looks of it. I think the hard waxer should take it all off, so
okay,
that's fine.
So I guess wing is clean.
Wing's clean. Now it's time to wax. For hard waxing, you need a machine polisher.
You need to move a bit further this way so they can see you.
Oh. Right, it's zoomed in next to the camera. So for hard waxing, you need a machine polisher. We use this makeover one, which we really like. And then you obviously need the wax itself. They come in lots of different grades. This is the one that we found is best, is the Manzana GW16. It produces a really nice finish. First thing to do is to decide which way round you like the handle set up. So for me, I personally prefer to hold most of the weight in my left hand and have my right hand for steering. And that's just personal preference that I've just found out over the years. The most important thing is to recognise the direction that the mop's spinning. The direction the mop's spinning is really important when you're working around control surfaces or any sort of discontinuity on the wing, whether that be the edge of the wing, something like the tip wheel, or even an air brake cap. So really important to always remember which way the wheel's spinning.
Okay.
Want to have a go?
Well, do you want to show us the first bit and I'll grab the camera and show up close what you're doing and then we can switch?
Yep, okay. At the wingtip here, we've got the aileron to worry about, we've got the tip wheel, and obviously we've got the edge of the wing, leading edge, trailing edge, and wingtip. So I'm going to show you how I manipulate the mop to make sure that we're never going to catch an edge. The mop is always going to brush off the edge. First, we apply a bit of wax to the mop. Put that well out your way. Make sure you've got plenty of length and the cable's behind you. And then I'm just going to start along the leading edge. So you can see I'm going along the leading edge here. And as I come to the trailing edge here, I'm going to turn the direction of the mop to make sure that it's running off the trailing edge and it's not going to pick up the trailing edge.
So why do we have to be careful about that? What's the issue?
The risk of not being aware which way the mop's going is that it would be very easy to either catch the aileron, and these things are strong enough that it can clean lift the aileron off the wing, or it could catch the trailing edge and rip the trailing edge off the back of the wing. Likewise, with these corner cutouts here, you always want to be making sure that you're running off the edge. The mop is running off the edge. You'll notice I didn't go over the red paint. That's because it's cellulose and it just comes up. It rips off far quicker than the gel coat, so we're not going to hard wax the cellulose paint. When you're actually using the hard wax, the mop, all I'm doing is I'm just allowing the weight of the mop to press against the wing. I'm not pushing down, I'm not lifting up, just using the weight of the mop. And also another really important top tip is to make sure you keep the mop moving. So if you keep it in one space too long, friction builds up, heat builds up, and you could potentially damage the structure of the wing. So again, keep the mop moving, don't keep it in one place for too long, and then you can always check with your hand. The wing should never feel hot. It might get a tiny bit warm, but it should never feel hot.
What sort of damage are you going to cause? Are you going to be able to see the damage you've caused, or?
On some gliders, if they get warm enough, you can basically warm the resin too much so that it starts to soften the resin and change the structure of the wing. You might be able to see that, but equally you might not be able to see the damage. So basically it's just really important to not get it too hot.
All right, I guess it's my go then. The sacrifices I make for the gliding community. Right, so it spins that way, so I am only ever doing it this way, so it spins off the...
Perfect.
Yeah?
And just don't get too close to this bit.
Okay, and when I'm doing this bit, probably just sort of looking at full...
Yeah, I'd keep it off the red paint, just stay on the white gel coat. And yeah, again, just keep it at that angle so you're not going to lift up this edge.
Okay, and there's already wax on it, so just go for it.
Yep.
Oh, sectioning. How do I know which bit I've done?
It's difficult on some gliders to see a change in colour or to see where the residue is. So try and keep track. What I tend to do is I tend to position my body with the mop as far right as I'm going on this stroke, and then I just work left. And then I know I've come up to here. I'll then do one step to the right and same again. So just be methodical in whichever way you choose.
Okay, I'll go do that then. Okay.
Any questions?
No, I think I got it.
It looks like you know what you're doing, so I'll let you get on with it.
Awesome.
Cue the time lapse. Bottom surface done. Next stage is the polishing.
Okay.
So we're going to get some Carlack. We'll drizzle it on. We'll buff it up to a haze, and then we'll buff it off completely. And that's it. Wing's done.
Nice. That's a lot easier than people make it sound.
It's not too bad as long as you know the risks involved with the working around the control surfaces and the air brake caps. Then yeah, it's relatively simple. And obviously you need the parts and the materials.
Yeah. But most gliding clubs have a buffer.
Yep. Yeah. Just very few people are confident enough to use them. But once you know the basics, it's relatively straightforward. Just time consuming.
Okay. So now you're going to show us your unique way of applying Carlack.
Yep. Where is it? So always make sure the polish is well mixed. And then next stage is to get a microfiber cloth. Next stage is to get a microfiber cloth and just buff it into a haze. Let that flash over for probably about 5-10 minutes. Just let it go hard, and then we'll buff it off with clean microfibers.
Well, it's a good thing you're the importer for Carlack with how much you use.
Yep. It's handy that. Mind you, we haven't got a huge amount left in the barrel.
You have to get a new barrel of Carlack.
I'm gonna need to order some more soon.
To be fair, probably need to sell all the Carlack upstairs first.
Yes. We've got a good 40 bottles, haven't we?
Yeah, if anybody wants some Carlack, we got loads of it. Or Aerolac. Or Aerolac shampoo. Or Carlack shampoo.
Hit us up. This procedure is the same polishing procedure I would use, depending on how often you fly during the year, maybe 2 to 5 times a year.
What, the full wax or just
the polishing?
Okay.
So if you've been washing the glider a lot, then you'll have washed a lot of this polish off. So it's worth repolishing every so often.
Right. Okay.
Let that go hard for.
And this has some sort of UV coating in as well, doesn't it? So it sort of stops it going yellow.
Yes. Yeah, it's got UV protection, and it just basically seals the top layer, stops contaminants getting in. Cool.
Awesome.
Now we wait.
And now we wait. It's done. It's polished. All the polish is off.
Looks so shiny.
It does look so shiny. It's hard to show it on camera because it's a white glider. But in person, it's shiny. It was quite dull beforehand.
It's just got like a very deep gloss.
Yeah.
All the way, and the wing just looks really clean.
It feels a lot cleaner as well. It hasn't got that texture.
Yeah.
Like if you rub, actually, yeah.
Can hear it. Can hear the difference.
Yeah. Can you hear the difference? That's the top. That's the bottom. And it's not a dirty wing either. Well, slightly dirty, but it wasn't that dirty.
That's good.
Yeah, so I guess we probably flip it over and then we can show before and after because we've got that wing, which we've already polished.
Yep.
Completely. This one just needs the other side done. So I'll grab the camera. We'll flip it over, I'll grab the camera and then we can show the differences with that light because I think that helps quite a lot actually see what's going on. Yeah, you can sort of see all the little like swirls and just how unshiny it is. I don't know if you can see over there.
Just looks very matte.
It does. And then if we go over here to the CRS, you don't even have to put the light on it, it's just immediately different. You can see it on probably on there. That is an amazing difference. So of course this also is going to make my glider much faster, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, genuinely having a smoother surface means that there's less chance of water clinging to it, less chance of air particles clinging to it. So yeah, it will slide nicer, smoother through the air.
That's the one. Well, it's now finished and shiny. It's a lot shinier than it was, and you probably can't tell a difference because showing white on camera is difficult.
I wouldn't call it white, but...
okay, close to white.
What did you think of your first experience hard waxing?
It's a lot easier than people made it seem out to be. I appreciate there's a lot of dangers with it.
Yeah.
You can easily damage all sorts of surfaces with it. But as long as you're careful and know what you're doing, it's completely fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard, it wasn't that time consuming. The first time round was very time consuming because I was taking my time, but I think that's the right thing to do. Second time round, it was fine. And the results are actually pretty amazing. I'm still amazed at how shiny it is.
Yeah. I mean, the main things to take away is to just take care around control surfaces, take care around the air brake caps. If there's really complex shapes, then just leave those bits, don't do them. Or if there's complex edges, two edges meeting each other.
Yeah, so like air brakes, I left them well alone, and you can't really tell.
Yep.
So.
Good.
Yeah, it's finished.
And the other thing, just keep the mop moving. Don't keep it still for too long in one area.
Yeah. I'm hoping the time-lapse caught the entire thing. But it is all finished now, it's all shiny, which means now we can do the night off.
Good.
Which we'll have to do tomorrow, because it's now almost 6.
On to the next video.
On to the next video. See you in the next video.
Thanks for watching.